I pick her up and bring her to the couch nearby, escalating that touch barrier even more. So
fuck it, I'm gonna try tonight.
So as a dude who's done countless hookups, documented on this YouTube channel, as you could see from the previous videos, I'm gonna show you in this video my easy 3-step method on how I do it and how you can do it too if you follow those steps. Let's get it.
So on my most recent date, like you guys have known and like I documented for validation purposes, I kind of want to go into more detail on the events that transpired before then. As you can tell from the end of the video, I closed the deal that same night and she came back the following night too. So on this particular date, I was on the car ride over there and I caught myself thinking, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try tonight. So that's why it's step number 1. Go with that mindset.
So the reason I say go with that mindset is I kind of caught myself doing this kind of bad trend of consistently going on dates with no intention, and because of that, those dates sometimes materialize to nothing. So if you're living life with no intention, doing something without intention, you're not going to get anything back. That's why I always say be intentional, and I guess it's one of those things that you got to do too. So if you are intentional about doing that kind of situation, how do you slowly transition that into essentially closing the deal? Let me tell you. So subsequently, what goes along with being intentional about this is step number 2, gauge their interest. Now, throughout the whole entire course of the date, or throughout the whole entire course of this channel, I've taught you step by step on what to do when you're at the date. So as a man about my word, I always follow the same rules, the same patterns that I've outlined for you guys. So in this particular example, whenever I go through the date, I always break that physical touch barrier by giving them a hug. And that's the first rule in breaking that touch barrier, showing that intention. So using that same principle throughout the course of that date, I slowly escalated that attraction level by breaking more touch barriers, holding their hand, guiding them throughout the date. There was one point in the date, here, I'm gonna take you guys over here. We're sitting in the balcony, pretty much side by side like this. And she's to my left, I'm to her right. And we're just there having a simple, normal conversation. And she's right next to me, so that's how I could gauge her interest level and see how much further she wants me to escalate it. So I could tell she was very receptive, very open to that escalation. And then I slowly transitioned the date to the rooftop. And the rooftop, that's when I escalated even more. Let me show you. 3, 2, 1. So we're in the rooftop, somewhat just like this. She's over there looking at the whole entire scenery, the whole entire San Antonio skyline, which is the pro tip. Like I tell you guys all the time, whenever you're scheduling a date, have a nice environment in mind, just like this. Ignore the dog in the back. So the way I fully know that she's, Mr. Cat, you are in the wrong area. So how I can fully gauge her interest level, her attraction level, is what I do next, escalating that touch barrier even more. So she's overlooking the skyline, and that's when I go in for the hug, and I turn her head towards me, and I go in for the kiss. And whenever you go to that kind of attraction level, that's a pretty much telltale sign that you can fully close it, or you can fully close the deal in this particular example. But how do you do that exactly? Follow along. And then after breaking that touch barrier, engaging her interest more, I pick her up and bring her to the couch nearby and try to close the deal then and there. Unfortunately, or probably rightfully so, it didn't happen then and there like I kind of wanted to be honest. So how do you transition from there to bringing them back to the bedroom? Well, that's step number 3. You just gotta ask.
Siempre te la paso aquí pendiente. Cuando yo te toco terminas de
But that leads me to step number 3. How do you transition that part to the bedroom? So what does this mean and how do you actually use this? So if you've gone in there with the right mindset, if you physically escalated it, slowly progress it over time, and I've gotten those green lights, I've gotten those good social cues, i.e. she's letting you kiss her, she's letting you pick you up, she's letting you escalate it even more on top of the rooftop, that's the clear indication that she's comfortable with you. She's comfortable with you having that casual hookup, having that little romantic experience. And at this particular time, that's when you take the initiative and slowly transition it back to your place if you want to do it. So what I personally do is the most simplest thing ever. I tell them, do you want to come back to my place? Clear as day. And you're either going to get a yes or a no back. And if you get that yes back, you slowly transition the date to your place, give them the address, or if you're driving them, drive to your place or their place, whichever one's more convenient for the other party, obviously. And then when you are back in your place, escalate even further. If they are comfortable with it, pick them up and essentially lead them to the bedroom and close the deal. Simple as that. Now, this is where I'm gonna put the disclaimer. Disclaimer, I don't recommend countless one-night stands if you are trying to get a long-term relationship. And another disclaimer, always wear a condom. Be safe out there. So those are the 3 steps I've used to get those one-night stands, casual hookups, learning lessons. Hopefully you implement these if you are trying to do that same thing, and be sure to leave a comment down below. Share your craziest one-night stand stories if you do have those. Love to hear them. But once again, hope you found value in this video. Hope you found some information. I upload every Wednesday and every Sunday, so come back for content just like this. And as always, it's been your boy Coach Ed. See you later. Es cerquita, bebecita, ese cuerpo tuyo yo la tengo conocida.